12 months total that when we were alone, you know, that was my, as a scientist, I say, well, that's a piece of scientific data, if you will, to show, hey, maybe they know something that I don't. And that's the commitment that I'm hoping all of you would remember about Nu Skin, is the fact that we are committed to this particular channel, and we have continued. You know, our innovation continues, and sure enough, as I said, they say they're going to invest more money into scientific research and innovation. They have never backed away from that promise. In fact, the budget, our R&D budget, continues to grow every year, and it's a wonderful commitment from Nu Skin. And in fact, that's really one of the reasons why I believe that I'm with Nu Skin, even to this day, after more than 20 years now, is the fact that they are truly a company that is committed to what we do to bring you the best products possible.
You know, it's funny, Joe, when you mentioned, you know, when I came in, I had been with a pharmaceutical company, and when I came in, like many people, I was like, well, why aren't these sold in the stores? Why aren't these in the department store? And I quickly started doing the math on what Pfizer paid to train me, to give me my card, myself, but like they covered all of my expenses. And they say that our training alone for pharmaceutical reps cost $100,000 the first year. And I thought, I would rather pocket that as a distributor. I would rather just get the, and it was so interesting to me because I realized the money wasted, because I think I spent less than 2 years as a pharmaceutical rep before I moved on. And that's insane money, expense accounts, all that stuff. And I thought, wow, you know, Nu Skin saves all of that money and can put it back into research and development and to paying good people. So that was a huge aha moment for me. And I love that you had that same experience. And I know you had mentioned in the past too, that you developed a product for a pharmaceutical company. I mean, obviously you have a product called Rapamune that is still used to this day. It helps people not reject organs, but that you'd also developed products that you were committed to and loved the ingredients and wanted it sold the way you developed it. And the pharma companies decided, we're going to do it cheaper. Thanks for your efforts. We're going to dumb it down now. And I remember you sharing that and saying, you know, again, Nu Skin's commitment to you has been, we'll do it the way you want it done.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And that's a promise that they've always kept. And it's a wonderful thing in the sense that, you know, when we talk about innovation, you know, and it's really not just marketing speak, if you will, that we just say what we do. I think if you look at the history of Nu Skin, and I have, every 5 years, I look at what we've done and so on, we do innovate. I mean, many of our Hungarian distributors would understand what, close to 10 years now, we brought out the biophotonic scanner to sort of to Nu Skin, and we were the first to be able to bring a machine that you use that you can actually measure the antioxidants inside your body and not just in the test tube. That was a very powerful demonstration of how our products work, because you can literally, you can almost, I mean, see, you know, how your antioxidant status improves after taking a product. And you don't have to believe what I say. You have to believe what the machine can measure inside your body. That's the most powerful proof, I think, for any consumer of supplements. So,
well, and I love that's part of our success process is things be standardized, but they're actually substantiated with scientific research or with a device that can measure that. So I think that's really important for people to understand. And you know, a lot thanks to you. I mean, that, you know, a lot of that was your vision of what does this company need to do to be the best.
And really, at the end of the day, when people say science is so difficult to understand and so on, and why are you doing it and so on, there is a purpose, and that is to make sure that I have the confidence that when I say a product is good, that I have the evidence to prove it, you know, and not to just say it's good. I'm not God, you know. It's not something that, take my word for it. It's the evidence that the scientific study that we have conducted with that product that says it's good. That's really what it's all about. It's objective, and I at the end of the day, I just want to make sure that our products will never ever embarrass you, in your business and so on. It's really something that I feel that in order for all of you to be successful in what you do, you must have a product that is reproducible, that's consistent, that is not something that you can you ought to be embarrassed about, and that's really why we do the innovation.
It's funny because I think the most frustrating thing as a distributor is when we hear, oh, I've heard things like this from other companies.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but other companies just say whatever they want. And we actually prove it. And, again, you came in with a stellar reputation. I mean, you've done research all over the world. You've published scientific papers. You've written books. You have a reputation. And you were not going to put your name behind just anything. I mean, it really, we had to meet your standards for you to do it. And you're still here. It says a lot because, Joe, you're a rich man. I know you make a lot. You've made your money. You don't stick around. I know the fly fishing in Utah is really good, but I know you're not in Utah just for that. And as a Californian, I understand that, there are more exciting places to live at times, but you're still here, and that says a lot. And I'd love to know, what keeps you here? You touched on it a little bit, but what really keeps you here?
I think what keeps me here is the fact that I really believe that our products impact lives, and there's still much more I can do to continue to keep each and every one of you to be healthy, so that you can enjoy the success that you're going to get from the Nu Skin business, if you will. So that's really what's the point, right? When I think about it, you can be successful in building your organization and so on and so forth, but at the end of the day, you can't get out of a wheelchair or you can't get out of your bed. And that is not the quality of life that you would want when you become successful. So that's my selfish motive, if you will, that our product, I say, when you become successful, I know you'll be taking our products. I know you're helping all your customers and so on and whoever to keep healthy so that you can enjoy your success. And that's the impact. It's still much more. I mean, we continue to innovate and we're learning there are other aspects or other types of products we can bring to all of you that can continue to maintain and preserve your best quality of life. Whether you're going to look pretty or to look good, or whether you're going to feel good, you will be able to do it much, much better with the products that we have in Pharmanex and Nu Skin.
Joe, I want to express my personal gratitude because this is what's happened in the last 17 hours. I went to the dentist yesterday, and the dental hygienist, they've got a bright light and they are right on you. And she looked at me and said, "Your skin is amazing." And I said, "Well, I'm with Nu Skin." And she said, "Oh, I'm with Nu Skin. I haven't done much since I signed up 10 years ago." And I was like, I started telling her about the new products and I was so excited. And then the dentist came in, and I've seen this guy for several years, and he literally said, "I have to say, your teeth and your enamel is in great shape." And I was like, yes. And then today, I had a birthday recently. Today, I got on my Omron scale, which is a metabolic measurement scale. It does fat. I am 20 years metabolically younger than my actual age, and I attribute all of that to our Nu Skin, not only the products, but also the lifestyle. So thank you, Joe, for making me a
great. Yeah. And I know from meeting many of you and all around the world and so on, I think you're not the only one, right, Diana? I think you can see all our distributors get all these incredible benefits from the products. Yeah.
Well, it's funny, if you look at the people who've been with Nu Skin the longest, Jeff and I spoke in Japan a few years ago, and these distributors who have been with Nu Skin for many, many years, they easily all look 20 years younger than they are, and they dress hip, and they're really youthful. And I think the products, and again, and the lifestyle, and the kind of stress we have with Nu Skin is just not like corporate stress. I hate to burst your bubble there, Joe.
No, it's actually a good segue into some of the new products we're going to bring out, right, Diana? I mean, you've heard rumors of them. I'm sure people in this particular presentation and virtual meeting have been hearing rumors that we're going to bring out at least at least 3 new products by the end of this year, I should imagine, right, Diana? Yeah.
That is, so I want to start with, because I got dozens of requests. Will Joe be talking about the new collagen product?
Aha, okay.
Dozens. And I actually reached out to Mikkel Linder, the head of Emea, to see, because sometimes Emea doesn't get the products we get. And he said, yes, the collagen product we are working on, we should have it, hopefully, don't hold us to it, but sometime this year, even in Europe, which is more difficult. So love for you to give us a good overview of the collagen product. Why is it different? What, please share.
Here, I'm going to test my 3 translators here and see whether it actually can be translated. Typically, when I look at a collagen product, I like to say that this is not your mother's collagen product. So I don't know how that translates in Hungarian, but in America, that is what we say, that this is something special, right? And I know we call it a collagen product, but when we started to develop this product back in 2016, Diana. I mean, this is unbelievable. When I look back at the history of this developing this product, again, this illustrates sometimes, we are accused of being slow, but we are really not being slow, because we want to make sure that we have conducted all the evaluation and scientific studies on the new product. We don't copy. We are not copycat company. We don't really look at our competitive products and say, okay, that we just duplicate what they do, because we know they haven't done squat. They haven't done anything. So why copy something when they haven't done anything? So I know that collagen has value, and I know they have benefits from the science and so on. So when we went down this journey, we said, well, there are certain things that the skin will need that is not just reliant on collagen alone. So the collagen product we're bringing out, I think we've settled on the name. I think it's going to be called Collagen Plus. Okay, for all of you. But the way that it's written, this is my running argument with marketing. I think it should be the plus sign should be in front of collagen rather than at the back of it. It's plus collagen. And that's why it's not your mother's collagen product. Okay, so briefly speaking, I don't know whether I should share my screen. I think I can describe it verbally. So this collagen product, it's a blend. It's not a single collagen product. It has 3 very important ingredients in it. It has obviously collagen, but it also has an antioxidant that is particularly good for the skin. All right. So in fact, this particular antioxidant that we are including in collagen, it will make our product the first one that you can actually measure with the biophotonic scanner. It provides antioxidant protection as well, in other words, with their second ingredient.
Will it be scanner certified?
Oh yes, it will be scanner certified. Absolutely. There's no other product, collagen product, that you can say that. And then the third one is also an ingredient, a natural ingredient that we know will help to sort of retain moisture for your skin. Your skin, if you don't realize it, is really one of the most important tissue in your body to keep moist, hydrated, in other words, we call it, right? So we have included a third ingredient that will actually hold on to the water in your skin. So it's a moisturizer also. Okay, so now and this is where we this will be the first time, since we have an international audience here, that this product is not going to be marketed in a particular, what I call dosage form. In other words, it's not going to be a pill. It's going to be a drink. But the drink could be a powder in Europe, whereas in the US, it will be a ready to drink kind of liquid that you just drink it. So it'll come in different dosage forms. But all the benefits are preserved, regardless of which product that you get from a particular market. All right. So we've done the clinical studies, and we show that you can get consistent benefit that will visually appear on your skin. And importantly, since all of you have LumiSpa, you can also use this particular product together with LumiSpa, and the benefits almost double on your skin. So there is synergism. There is some potentiation of either product benefits when used alone, but when you combine and take the collagen product together with the LumiSpa together, your benefits will almost double.
So what I know you did, like all our products, you do extensive clinicals.
Yeah.
What specifically do the clinicals show? Like,
okay.
What are those benefits?
All right. So we measure the typical things that skin health will show. Texture, the skin will look smoother. All right. There are less wrinkles. The wrinkles are less visible. And the overall radiance, we call it radiance, but it is when a person look at you, right, and say, wow, you're going to fall in love with you because you look so good, your skin. That's what we call in science radiance. That's what we measure. That also is another metric or another skin feature that will be improved with the Collagen Plus product.
You know, speaking of radiance, Joe,
Yeah.
I'm looking and your skin is literally glowing.
Yeah.
And when I joined 11 years ago, I swear you haven't aged a day. Not a day.
Yeah. Well, you know, right? I mean, one of the things is I'm the guinea pig for most of the products, and they say, well, you're supposed to be a representative of your product and so on. So every new product that we develop, and by the way, for products, when we put 10 product candidates through, it's likely we won't launch more than 2 of them. That's how the science, because we're driven by science. And the scientific studies sometimes will tell us this product is not that good. So, I mean, that's where the investment comes in. It's not just say, okay, one product candidate on paper looks good and it's going to sail right through. No, the scientific studies will direct us, and we have to cut bait and on that particular product. So yeah, I'm the guinea pig. Usually they give me the product on Friday, and before COVID, they would say if Joe doesn't turn up on Monday, that product is unlikely to be good.
Yeah. So the only animal we do test on is Joe Chang.
Is Joe Chang, yeah, his human studies and so on. So, but obviously we then expanded. We actually do most of our clinical studies with a dermatologist, a professor of dermatology at Duke University. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you know, they're validated in that sense. And importantly, after we finish our scientific studies, some companies don't share the data. We actually take our data and publish it in scientific and medical conferences.
So why would that, tell me that, I have a background in this, so I understand that, but because I do think, there's companies that have released collagen products in the past, and obviously they don't have the additional ingredients you're talking about, but one, why do you think, why collagen? Like, why has that, it's a protein, so what,
Yes.
I don't want to too scientific, but I do want to understand what makes this ours different and why did people pursue it in the first place?
Yeah. Most companies tend to go, when they say they put a collagen product together, they tend to use what we call the whole collagen molecule, all right? The parent molecule, the whole collagen. What we find, it is not the most effective version of collagen for the skin because you're drinking it and it has to go through the gut, yeah, and it gets absorbed into the blood, and then the blood would deliver it to the skin. All right. So what we've found from our studies and evaluation is the fact that if you chop up the collagen molecule into smaller bits, those bits are way more effective. And that's what we call it. What we have in our product is not just collagen. We have what we call the effective collagen peptide. All right. So for some of you who are listening in, you say, what's the difference? So you know, collagen is a protein, and therefore the protein is very big and large, and it consists of lots of peptides. So we can literally chop it up with enzymes, if you will. And we have tested all these peptides and evaluate and identify the most effective collagen peptide for the skin. And that's what we are using in our product.
So from what I've heard, that if I was going to start my own network marketing company now, which Lord knows I would never do, I could launch a whole company just on this one product.
Absolutely. It's proprietary. You know, we have the clinical studies, clinically proven. We have these two other ingredients in there that makes the blend. We have actually applying for a patent on this particular blend, Collagen Plus. And I don't see anything on the market that can actually compete with it. Yeah, it's unique.
I've heard that. I've heard that a lot from the people who really have gotten more details in the science, and the people who've been around Nu Skin and other companies for 20 years have said this alone will be just an enormous product. If you didn't sell anything else, if you didn't focus on anything else, this collagen product could make your business and will. I mean, I think I have goosebumps right now thinking of what we can do with this product.
It's very, very, it's a breakthrough product in skin biology and skin health, no doubt.
So I have a question, because I know that when we're doing our people studies, since we don't do animal studies, when we're doing our studies on human beings, the Nu Skin corporate employees often get those things to try. I'm curious, of all the products that you've tested with the employees, what one have you had the most trouble either getting back, like, hey, can we have those back? Or like, for example, I worked for Pfizer Pharmaceutical. In the launch of Viagra, patients were saying, well, it doesn't have a heart problem, but they wouldn't give it back.
Yes.
And so finally Pfizer said, hey, why are you not returning this product that you say doesn't work for what we thought it worked for? And they said, well, this side effect. So they kept it. So I know with Nu Skin, you have some products that have launched, or that we are launching that what are people saying? Hey, can I get more of that, Joe? Hey, can you hook me up? What else? Can I get some more?
Well, you know, we're in a remote working environment right now, Diana, right? So I can't even track down the employees that we have given the product to. They refuse to talk to us. We say, you know, we usually have the instructions when we give them the products for testing, and say, please return any unused products after a certain date, you know, and you can just drop it off to the front desk of the office and so on, and we'll collect them. That works under normal conditions, but right now, every time we call the front desk and say, can you give us all the products back? He said, what products? Nobody has returned anything. So you can imagine how difficult for us right now to identify the employee and say, really, we've got to call them up individually and say what happened to the product. But it is usually from this particular outcome, we find that they're using the product and they don't want to give it up. Yeah, because
has the Collagen Plus been the product that's
yes, this is the product. Yeah, usually, like you said, we give some of it to employees to try and so on, and usually that's a good sign. When they're not willing to give it up, we know that they're using it and they're getting some benefits. Because if they don't get benefits, they would just throw it back to you. You know, these are employees, they're getting it for free, right? So, and they tend to be quite honest in their assessment. So yeah, we're not getting any of it back. And remember, this is not a topical product. This is something that you drink, you know? So, and for a drink, it's actually more difficult because we'll have to make sure that we get the taste right. If we don't get the flavor right, nobody is going to drink it. They'll spit it out. So,
I have to tell you, Joe, I know how important the taste is because I eat our vitamin C with zinc product like candy. Like I crave it sometimes, and I'll walk by and I'll see Jeff and he's got 3 of them, and I'm like, "You're eating 3? Then I can have 3." Like I try and ration it so you're right. The taste is huge because it's so important. And I mean, yeah, if they're not liking it, they're not going to do it. But
no, right. And this collagen is pretty exciting for me because literally the reason why we use this particular peptide, I keep on emphasizing it, is because we can see it travel to the skin, you know, and somehow it's not, and once it gets deposited on the skin, it seems to trigger the natural production of collagen in the skin.
What do you mean you can see it travel?
Well, there's a tag that we can put on the peptide, and you can analyze, and you can take little biopsies of the skin and see how much is it in it, and so on, kind of thing.
That's it. I love that you brought that up because one of the things, you know, as someone who'd been in pharmaceuticals, one of the things that impressed me was, you know, most companies, their research is a before and after picture. Oh yes, I feel like there are fewer wrinkles, or there's a self-diagnosis of yes, they self-report. And I was really impressed that Nu Skin had done punch biopsies, which I would volunteer for because you actually punch skin out of the face, like picture those old, you know,
no.
Take holes in paper with. But that they're actually doing punch biopsies to prove scientifically. And did you do punch biopsies with the collagen product?
Yeah, we do a little bit, another different study where we can take human skin and put it into a petri dish. And we can also do some special microscopic analysis of the skin after we add the particular collagen plus. And through special dyes and so on. Some of you may have seen some of these microscope pictures. You can, this tissue will fluoresce, if you will, if there's more collagen production, you know, and things like that we can also do. So you're right, we do more than just visual assessment of the product. We can also see under the tissue what exactly is happening as well.
That is awesome. So anyway. I don't want to shortchange the other product that's coming. And it's funny because, you know, I've been sort of knowing we had this gut product coming up and we were just calling it gut. And then you gave me a huge indicator when you said, well, we're going to use the name, it's going to be Meta. And when I got on my metabolic scale this morning, I thought, Meta, Joe.
Yes.
Tell us about Meta.
Yeah, we did start off, you're absolutely right, Diana. That product started its life as a gut product, if you will. All right. And because we also now beginning to realize, based on lots and lots of scientific studies throughout the world, that the gut is a very important sort of tissue that regulates your body's overall health. You know, if your gut is not healthy, it will ripple out to the rest of the other organs and tissues in your body. It's not just restricted to the gut. So we started to look at that, and the more we look at it, the more we came to realize that it's really very much related to the body's chemistry. Yeah, because that's what metabolism is all about. Your body functions because the chemistry inside your body is at an optimal state. It's functioning very well. It's like the engine is running really well. You know, that's the body chemistry, which we collectively we call metabolism. So and then when, like I said, I think this product was developed even back 4 or 5 years. We screened and evaluated a lot of products, and once again we came to a family of product of ingredients that were really good for the gut. Plus, it also seemed to be able to optimize the body metabolism. Okay, so now this product has evolved to more than just about the gut. Yes, it has a benefit on the gut, but it also has benefits for immunity, and particularly, it seems to be a very good product to act as an antidote for environment for stresses in your life.
So, I know you brought this up because we had a conversation about this. I think maybe even we were both in Slovakia or maybe it was Czech Republic. We were both there speaking, and we really had a conversation about that your stomach's almost like its own brain, like it's a whole separate. And I would love to, because I think a lot of people have some understanding of that, and there's a lot of people probably that this is a whole new concept. Can you go over a little bit that concept?
Yeah. Somehow our gut has evolved in synchrony with our brain. All right. There is what we call a gut-brain axis. It's connected. And many people, perhaps it might be something interesting for all of you. Most of our immune cells, if you will, are actually physically located on the GI tract, on the outside of the GI tract. It's all located around this. It's what we call the lymphoid tissue, right? And so that's another strange feature of the gut. Why are all this lymphoid tissue associated with the gut? And again, we feel that it has that connection and communication between our immune system and the gut as well. So, and now we have some studies to show with this Meta product, once you've taken it, it has an impact on the immunity. Yeah.
So
we have, yeah.
And what kind of formulation is it? How do we take it? And then what would you expect to see? Like, what are you testing for in our clinical studies?
The metabolism, all the metabolic pathways. The biochemistry of the body. We are picking up the biomarkers, all the chemicals that are being released in your body. These are natural biochemicals being released in your body to help it to function. We are measuring that, and we see how it can sort of exist at an optimal level after taking Meta. It's only two capsules a day, and we are going to recommend you take it in the evening, and because that's when we seem to feel at the time when you're resting and not continuously exposing your body to stress, that the product works best.
So, you mentioned the lymphatic system. I've actually recently been getting lymphatic massage, and I was like, I think I'm losing weight. And she said, well, yeah, you would, because your lymph system helps you purify in your body. So when you say that there's a lot of lymphoid, this
tissue,
is the
tissue that, yeah.
So are you saying this is a weight loss product?
This is a what product? Sorry, Diana?
Is this a weight loss product?
Well, I would say that if you are overweight and so on and so forth, that's a stress factor.
Mm.
Okay, there's another form of stress to your body, and Meta is complementary. It will help to reduce the stress due to obesity or having too much fat tissue in the body. All right, it will environmental stress because our overall modern lifestyle includes a lot of different type of stress factors. Lack of sleep is another one, right? Exposure to environmental UV, that's another stress factor. And the, what is it? Stress, emotional stress, and so on. All these stress factors will affect the metabolism of your body. And Meta will will be an antidote against those stress factors.
Okay, Joe. So you're a distributor now.
Yeah.
I'm your client. I don't care about any of that. What's it going to do for me? Like, what am I going to look like because of it? What am I going to, I don't know. So let's say you're talking to my husband, Jeff. Yeah. When I came in, I was like, I actually read some of the scientific studies behind some of the products. I was like, want to see the research. Jeff's like, I don't care. It works. So when Jeff says it works, what's he going to tell people it like physically did for him? What's new and different for him?
I think when you take it, because all of us, we know that stress is affecting us in some shape or form. And sometimes it's different from individual to individual. Okay. When you take this Meta product, you're going to feel much better. You're just going to feel better. It seems like you have de-stressed yourself.
So yeah, it's funny when I look at, again, I have a metabolic scale and it measures a lot of things. It measures weight, it measures visceral fat, it measures but the bottom line, when it gives me a metabolic age, it's how old your body really feels, how old your body thinks it is. And so when I hear the name Meta, I'm like, so if nothing else, your body will function as if it were younger.
Absolutely. You will feel it. This is a product. When I take it, I feel I just say, whoa, I don't know what it's doing, but I feel just more energy, more, even sort of feel fitter, if you will, if you know what I'm saying, kind of thing. And it just refreshes me when I take it, especially in the evening.
Awesome. And I know someone just asked the question, will it be available in Emea?
It will. It's just that each region is right now scheduling how it's going to be launched at a different month or whatever it is. But they all by the first quarter of next year, I think most of the markets will already have it.
Yeah, and Mikkel Linder was saying he's concerned it may be more like 2023, but hopefully sooner. He's cautiously optimistic. So wow, I feel like we could go on and on and on. I don't know if people would want to have you on again. We expected about 300 people there. We had to increase because we got 500 before we even started. I have a question for you. What's your favorite device?
Oh, you're asking who's my favorite child? It's so tough, right? But right now, I think it's a Boost because I find it so easy to use it and so easy to carry it around, and it gives me really good benefits on the skin. It is it's just the right size for me, if you will. So overall, that's currently my favorite product. Favorite device would be that particular one.
And you know, the last time I saw you, I sincerely tried to steal this from your hand.
Yes.
It's like some ergonomic specialist came in and said, we should design it so it feels good in your hand. And I love the way it feels. And, you know, for some people, this product is brand new and we don't even have it officially in the US. What are the benefits that are provided by Boost?
Plumpness in general. the radiance once again and overall. And what? I mean, it's only been recommended to be used for less than 5 minutes. You know, it's convenient. Yeah, really convenient.
I was talking to some friends in Argentina who've had it for a while, and she, in particular, Flor, who's one of our friends there, said, I use it every day. I love it. I love it. And we just got ours. But she cannot say enough. And she's definitely younger than I am, but she's like, no, I see the results on my skin. It just, again, that radiance, that skin radiance is what she was describing. So, what product, because anyone who's been with New Skin for any length of time I have several products that if I start to run low, I begin to panic. Like, I'm like, hey, Jeff, have you ordered? In fact, right now, he knows he's got a list of things and I'm like, I'm getting low and I can't run out of that. What are what's the product or products that you have this moment of panic, like, oh my gosh, am I going to have enough for my trip? Or, oh my gosh, I'm running low, I got to get some.
Yeah. I tend to have 5 products on the beauty topical products and 5 on the supplements as well. So let me stick with the beauty products. We haven't talked much about it, but I do use a lot of glacial marine mud. That's one of my favorite products. I use the Boost, obviously, I already mentioned that, together with the gels and so on. And there is a body spa that I have access to. I hesitate to mention that product because not every market has it.
Every market has it except the U.S.
That's right. It's already referring to the U.S.
have it, just the U.S. does.
Some challenges. So that one I use quite a bit, and the Nutricentials that we just launched, I select out of those 14 products we have. That is another one that I use, and obviously all the other the Baobab cream, which is heavy, which I use in the winter in Utah a lot more than in the summer outside of Utah, because Utah being very dry. You know, that's the one. And then I move over to the lighter cream. So, and you've alluded to it, AP24. What more do you want to ask, right? I mean, the AP24 is, I call that is a product that we launched before its time.
What, that 20-year-old product or a 10-year-old product? I don't even remember. I didn't launch in the time I've been here. We've had it forever. So we've used it forever. I just didn't, I wasn't smart enough to realize I could build a business on that. I mean, the funny thing is, like, almost any product we have, you could build an entire business on, which is remarkable.
Literally on both sides of the categories. And it's to me, it's really, New Skin is very unique insofar as far as I can see, the only company that can actually provide beauty from the inside, beauty from the outside, health similarly, because we have such a strong beauty product line and equally strong supplement, nutritional supplement line. Name me one other company that can offer this kind of products.
Well, honestly, I can't name another company that can offer this kind of products in either category. I mean, they're just, it's, you can call me biased, but there is I would never be with another company. And I'm sure you wouldn't either, not with another marketing company or any company, because the reality is most companies don't have the kind of research and development budget that you talked about at the beginning. That's when I left my prior career and was very hesitant to be in network marketing, I was very proud to say I'm with a science company. And that's what we are first and foremost. We're a relationship business and we're a science company. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I think that's really important. It's funny, when you were talking about your favorite device, I realized I can no longer wash my face without the Lumi Spa because I feel like it's dirty. Like,
isn't it?
Yeah. Once you use a Sonicare or electric toothbrush, you'll never go back to a regular toothbrush. And once you use a LumiSpa, you're never going to be touching your face with your hands to get it clean ever again.
Yeah. Yeah. And we have a head that suits every single type of skin. You know, you can switch it out. And,
so we have a couple questions. I know we've got 3 minutes. Someone said, which Nutricentials is your favorite? Which
oh, I know. There are 14 of them, and it's hard to choose, right?
I love Here You Glow. That is like my
it's one of my favorites. Maybe I'm spoiled in the sense that I get the full line of 14 products and so on. So I tend to choose the one that for that day. Yeah, and I use that particular one. There's no one single favorite, if you will.
Well, it's funny when we launched the Nutricentials. Unfortunately, I've had this year of having to look at myself rather than someone else because I'm on Zoom all day, so I'm seeing me all day, and I literally within days of starting using the Here You Glow, people were like, "Your skin is glowing," and I was like, "I think it is. That's so cool." So I think that's a huge benefit to be able to see a difference. And Suzanne Lamont, who you know is a pediatrician out of California, asking, what is your favorite nutritional favorite again? I'm sorry, Joe. I know this.
Favorite, always favorite, right? Well, youth or youth span in some markets, that's the one that I use every day on a daily basis. And now I think there might have been a question about R-squared now, which is something, R-squared is a product where one of the products you take in the evening, that would be the perfect combination with the soon to be released Meta product. They also synergize together, in that sense.
Awesome.
So and taking that together with the Meta coming out, those would be the ones that I think will really cover most of your body needs. And then there are some folks who might wish to have more cardiovascular benefits. Then they can go to some of our other cardiovascular related products like Marine Omega and so on, that they can take that. Immune products is also another one that we have quite a few that you can choose to take which one. Reishi Max, for example, is a good product to take. That's another product to take quite a bit often. Anyway, we're right on 1 o'clock, Diana.
Do you have time for what's the third product? What's the third product we talked about? You know what? They'll have to come back in for that. We'll have to have you back. We'll talk about that one. Little housekeeping. If you want translation for the next science briefing, which is the first Thursday after the workshop, just contact me and let me know, because you just have to provide the translator. We're happy to have them. And Joe, cannot thank you enough. You far exceeded our expectations and our numbers. So thanks so much for everything you do. We adore you, and we're so proud to get to be affiliated with you. And thank you for selling Pharmanex to New Skin so that you can.
Thank you. Forever. Thank you. Yeah, it's nice to meet everybody. It's so nice to talk again. When all this pandemic disappears, I hope to have a chance to meet physically everybody. Okay.
Awesome. Thanks again, Joe. Appreciate
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks to our really appreciate you all.
The recording has stopped.